Welcome to the channel, I'm Jaden Chase, and these are some of the top stories making headlines today. Now, nation, it is being alleged that evidence put forward by Sir P is what is being used against ShabDon in this case. For those not in the know, ShabDon has been charged with 3 murders stemming from the situation that took place in Rosite. Now, they are saying that ShabDon was placed on an ID parade and was identified and, of course, then charged. Not clear if they are saying that the producer was actually on the scene, which would indeed be shocking news to the industry, seeing that it has been alleged that ShabDon is not only an accredited music producer, but also a producer of violence. And these are all accusations and allegations at this point until the case is taken to trial. Now, they are stating that the date is being finalized as the people speak. And with mobile crime where it is, people are calling for solutions from all walks of life, from members of the tourism industry, regular civilians, even law enforcement is saying that at this point, even though the crime is not out of control, it is definitely at a point where they are saying that tourism has already been impacted with statements made by North America. Now, nation, let's take a look at some of the other stories making headlines today. Yes, nation, now again, after stating that this has been one of the most expensive trials to date against any criminal organization in Jamaican judicial history, the court is again stating that in one of the charges against the reputed leader of the criminal organization in Spanish Town, there is no evidence to support that a case was even documented. It has been alleged that an individual was shot, his life taken, and that he lied on the streets for hours. After the arrival of the security forces, there was no photo of the crime scene, no photo of the body, no document to even suggest that a body was even recovered. Individuals have already been released because there's, as the prosecutors have stated, no evidence against these individuals. Now they are basically stating that in one of the major charges against the reputed leader, there is no evidence as well. And some have stated that the only reason why Mr. Brian would not be released is because he already pled guilty and cooperated on a previous case with the JUTC situation. Otherwise, basically, they're stating that they have little to no evidence to prove that he was even the leader of an organization. Different from the phone tapes, the recordings, which were played and cross-examined. And remember, in a court of law, it is not the hearsay or the word of mouth. Worse if it is not coming from a credible witness. When the hearsay and the word of mouth is coming from individuals who are also a part of this organization and who might have made deals to secure their own freedom, everything is in question. Now, when the state itself are going to tell us them now have the evidence for proof of this something, then of course there is where the problem lies for the prosecution. The judge said it was a remarkable situation, and this is a judge that has seen hundreds of cases, stating that for a major criminal organization to be investigated and then a slaying, a shooting incident take place with this same major criminal organization, and then when officers did arrive, the scene was not properly processed. That prove another point too, that the security forces are understaffed, underpaid, and under-equipped. There's no way to go around that. If the technology and the things needed were there, of course them would use it. The evidence would be collected, gathered and collected, and safeguarded so that it could be used in a trial situation. That was ever not the case. And the people are now calling this a failure on the part of the state after millions of tax dollars has been spent, and the fact that there are other major cases of this nature in the works right now. with the rank organization, which they said, and this is statement from the state, was led by members or former members, now they have been charged, or arrested, charged, and fired, former members of the security forces. And with the Prime Minister stating that new legislation is being put forward to the point where lawyers themselves have stated that these legislations will infringe on the rights of citizens. And the fact that they are stating that individuals accused will not be given bail. Something I want to really say take place overseas unless the type of crime. And that is the same scenario out here. Depending upon the type of crime, and if an individual is considered a flight risk, then no bail will be given. And this is a scenario that happens or occurs without any change in legislation. But nation, talk to me. What you think of the solution? To date, what we have heard is that these individuals are to be blamed. That situation is to be blamed. We have seen numerous individuals paraded, stating that these are the individuals who have been creating the mayhem that we have seen taking place in different parishes on the Jamaican island. But we have not seen, though, it's a conviction. And that is not because there's a lack of want to do so, but that the state is still in a situation where individuals are accused, detained, but no evidence is there to support the claims being made against them. And when they reach to a trial stage, especially when there's increased focus on the trial, it becomes a nationwide headline, then of course they're going to be under increased pressure and also scrutiny. But doctor, tell me how you feel. Tell me if you feel like if the reputed leader was not already or did not already plead guilty to committing an already violent act, taking the life of an individual, which occurred in the JUT situation. And as he stated, or as the statement was released, was done because the orders from another individual was given. The other individual, being Mr. Miller, was also being convicted for that crime and the role he played. And of course, was sentenced to life. Nation, here's where the problem lies. If the recordings that were played in court is the only evidence to suggest that these crimes took place, and one of these crimes being a shooting incident that took place not in an undisclosed location, but on a roadway. They may even know exactly where it was, across from a hardware. The hardware in question was not named, but obviously the security forces know exactly where this took place. But there is no evidence to suggest it took place. The type of evidence that would be needed in court. So even the individual being accused of perpetrating the act, they're basically saying that they have no evidence against him. Just the fact that they know or they claim he was the individual who pulled the trigger. But the fact that there's no crime scene photos, no photos on record of the body. So when this individual never have no people, no family members, or was he unidentified and he went as missing? No. Maybe that is why the judge is saying that this was a remarkable case. Not the entire case against all of the individuals itself, but just the fact that this is a case against a major criminal organization, and they're stating that crime scene photos were never taken. No forensics, nothing, no ballistics, nothing. So all hearsay and this level of word of mouth be used as evidence in open court. Oh, it again. This is definitely something the state have to work on. Because, as we must say, major trials are already in the works. And if this is going to be the situation we are going forward, where millions is spent, big trial, and then everybody get released. It not gonna make no sense. Not in the eyes of a taxpayer. It will not make sense in the eyes of the taxpayer. Talk to me in the comment section. You know the sentiments. First and foremost, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course, put it on all. And this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content. As soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform, the like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. So if I like, I'm also share. And for the reason again, my sentiments for you and yours, if you want to live, love, and prosper, and if you want to stay tuned, comment section 24/7, never lack yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. And for the reason again, live, love, and prosper.